Good evening, Family Practicum class members. I'm so happy to be able to kind of talk about some of the things that stood specifically out to me through the chapters that we read for this first activity. So a couple things that stood out to me in chapter 1. I was very interested in learning about helping people help themselves and by taking the university to them. For me, my purpose of becoming a marriage and family studies major is I intend to create my own a platform, I guess, my own business. I don't necessarily want to work under somebody with their own agenda. So all of the things that we learned in here was very much needed for myself. I want to meet the needs of people in my community. I am going to need to build my own clientele. I'm going to need to learn how to market and how to approach those people that are in search of help. I loved in chapter 1 how it taught us different ways of phrasing what you're searching for to meet those targeted audiences. That was something that was very, very important to me. I also took a parent education class last semester where we talked about more effective ways of teaching. So reading about these different approaches was very interesting to me. I am interested in the facilitator approach by not having a set curriculum, but having your participants come up with their own agenda, I guess. I was a missionary in Texas, and I feel like as a missionary, that's kind of what you do. You're more of a facilitator. I was kind of under the impression with the facilitator that you don't really go in with an outline. For myself, I would choose to go in with an outline, kind of like a missionary. Every morning you get up, you write a lesson plan, but then according to the questions and the insights, you change your lesson according to what's needed. I really like that idea, to just guide the discussion. I don't like the idea of being lecture-based. In the parent education class, we learned statistics about lectures, and they're just not effective. I want more involvement. I love the critical inquiring, using questions to be able to lead the discussion and to have people think critically. I love the collaborator approach. I want my clientele to know that I'm book smart, to know that I've done my research and that I'm a credible source, but more importantly, they have the experiences. They know what they need, and I'm here to serve them with the expert opinions that are out there and the expert sources, and I want to be able to give that to them. I want to expect my participants to be able to change. I want them to be able to see immediately results as they try these different things. That kind of leads me to the primary prevention, the secondary prevention, and the tertiary prevention. I really don't want to work with the third option. I don't want to work with the people that are, I guess, too far and that parent education or educating couldn't help them. I would love to work with the secondary prevention, helping those that see the risks and that are interested in changing. I would love to help them. I feel like they're open to get that help. The primary prevention, maybe it would be how I would phrase questions that would make it to be effective, but I don't necessarily would want to teach people that don't feel like they have issues, I guess. I want people to be vulnerable and to open up and trust me, and trust a group of people. I loved the idea of teaching one-on-one. I'd never even thought of that, but being hired by a family to teach one-on-one, how to have tips and tricks to help things in their family run smoother. I loved the importance in chapter 2 about evaluating. We heard that so much, or we read that so much. In Sister Hawk's parent education class, she encouraged us every time we taught to have a piece of paper as an evaluation, to ask people what we did well, what we need to work on, and tips for next time. I think that's so critical in order to be successful. Something else that I was taught was to start the class off with a bunch of posters on the wall with points that you'd like to talk about throughout the day or throughout the class, and have them write what they think about them, to get where they're coming from and to glean off of those ideas to teach to their specific needs. I loved reading about target audiences and meeting those specific needs because that's all I want to do. I loved in chapter 16 the marketing ideas. Right now, I am a certified health coach for a health program that I've been on for the past 10 months about. As a health coach, I have to go out and market this product that I know is so effective and so wonderful. It's expensive, and it's more expensive than what most college students could afford. I have a place to teach some small classes about it, and I use Facebook as a way to promote the business. Something that I'm just noticing that as a college student, it is an expensive product. It's a product that college students probably couldn't afford. I know it could bless them. I know it could help them. But without these 4 P's working together, the business doesn't work. My business is really struggling because I just can't meet the needs, all of these 4 principles, to be successful. With parent education or with educating, I need to be very aware that my location is somewhere that everybody could get to, that I'm not asking outrageous prices, but that I'm still competitive. I need my product to be something that people are willing to pay for, and I need to promote it. I need other people to promote it, to be the word of mouth, and to show their desire so that it's worth it. I loved in chapter 18 how it talked about needing to change the future of parent education. My aunt just graduated from social work, working with parent educating stuff. She was just given a $65,000 grant, I guess, to build a to build an education program to help grow the community in family aspects. That's something that I'm very interested in, and in a place that I think I would like to intern, because it's so broad. And that's a way that I can change the ideas of this parent education. That's really all I want. I want to be effective. I want to change people and help people change. And I know that through this class, we're going to be able to find ways to do that. Thank you.